The U.S. Supreme Court handed a victory to the Trump administration regarding its effort to prevent gender-confused individuals from serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. A Defense Department policy created by executive order specifically lists individuals with gender dysphoria as falling short of meeting the mental qualifications needed to serve. A policy was placed on a temporary hold by a district court while it moves through the court system. But yesterday's Supreme Court ruling overrides that order, therefore allowing the DOD to enact the policy. Well, given the threats facing the U.S., how significant is this news for our military? Here to discuss this, Congresswoman Sherry Biggs, who is serving her first term in Congress. She is a member of 3 House committees, including Homeland Security and Foreign Affairs. She is also a lieutenant colonel in the Air National Guard. She represents the 3rd Congressional District of South Carolina, and she joins us by phone from the House floor. Congresswoman Biggs, welcome to Washington Watch. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, first of all, congratulations on now serving your first term in Congress. Before we get into the topic, I just want to ask you a question. You know, I know you've served in the National Guard, a lieutenant colonel. Why did you decide to run for office?
Well, it's a long story, but I've been in the healthcare industry most of my professional career. I joined the military a little later in life, started doing some nonprofit work in my community, and just saw the brokenness of not only our healthcare system, but our mental health and actually spiritual well-being in general. So I just really felt like I was called to do something more, and here I am.
Well, let's talk about that. As you come with a unique background, enabling you to address many of these issues. Let's talk about our nation's military and the fact that the court ruling yesterday allowing the Trump policy on gender dysphoria to go into place in our nation's military. Is it time that we move away from this, social experimentation that's been taking place in our military, back to a focus on the military's core mission, fighting and winning wars?
Well, absolutely. I feel like President Trump is reinforcing our strength and trying to ensure our mission readiness. I think it's a huge win for the military, and I believe the members will be pleased with this outcome.
Speaking of the military, I want to ask you about this. This is a report that was just released to Congress about a week ago, and this was the report, oversight report by the Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction, that shows that the Biden administration left behind literally billions of dollars worth of U.S. equipment that had been provided to the Afghan army that is now not only being utilized by terrorist organizations, but is being sold to fund the work of multiple al-Qaeda affiliates and other terrorist organizations.
Well, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and I think as an American, take away the peace as a member of the military, but I've seen members sacrifice. I've seen families sacrifice, and I think this is common sense. You know, a lot of individuals felt let down by what happened, and it was not a source of strength. It showed weakness and very much a lack of leadership. So I, for one, am glad to see America being put first in strengthening our military and taking care of our service members. I think we owe that to those people that have sacrificed. And
right.
The people that I know are patriots. Look, they want to serve. They don't expect anything in return. They just want to make this a better and safer place for our families. I mean, I'm a mom, and I can tell you when I go to sleep at night, it gives me comfort knowing that we have people protecting us, and I think most mothers would identify with that. So I'm happy to see the change that's come about by this administration, and I wholly support what's being done to uphold our troops and to take care. I mean, this is common sense policy to me.
Right.
And I feel like the members would share in my belief on this and those that have sacrificed.
We just have about a minute and a half left, Congresswoman Biggs. Any surprises for you? I know I always like to ask our new members of Congress, as you've come, you've been here a while, you've gotten your feet on the ground. Any surprises?
Well, I can tell you it's been very busy. This first 100 days has been nonstop. And you know, I love that. I like being busy, and I love doing the work and serving my district in South Carolina. But I think one thing that has been maybe enlightening, the people that I've come here to serve with, a lot of members in the freshman class are here for the same reason that I am, to serve our district, to serve our state, and to serve our country. And that's very reassuring to me, and especially right now under President Trump's leadership. I think it's a great time for America. You know, we're having to iron out some wrinkles right now, and it's a little bumpy road, but I look forward to the future and to the change that's coming.
Well, we definitely need that change. Congresswoman Biggs, I want to thank you for joining us today. And again, congratulations on serving your first term in Congress. We look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Well, thank you so much, and I enjoy talking to you.